Hello everyone and welcome to Credit Finance. In today's video, I bring you an update regarding the SNAP emergency allowance. We have the list of states receiving their last SNAP emergency allowance in January, February and March. Now remember also that the emergency allowance will end in the month of February. So once again I repeat, remember that the emergency allowance will be ending in the month of Feb. However, some states like California, Nevada, or Minnesota will send their last extra allowance from February in the month of March. And of course, that's usually because these dates are 1 month behind. We also have an update regarding the state stimulus. So start off with the state of Maine. The state of Maine announced payout date for the 900 checks, and then also Minnesota residents could receive up to $2,600 thanks to proposals by Governor Wall. So make sure you guys stay until the end of this video to ensure that you receive the information. Now before we get started, if you interested in the latest news regarding stimulus check, child tax credit, SNAP, PEBT, everything in between, so make sure you hit that like and subscribe button down below. Now let's get right to it. And so remember that there's a couple of states who are no longer providing their SNAP emergency allowance. Here's the updated information as of January 2023. So these states have already ended their state covered related emergency declarations and therefore have ceased issuing those emergency allowances. So starting off with the states like Missouri, Florida, Ohio, Montana, Arkansas, Mississippi, and Tennessee. These states ended their benefit in 2021. Then we had other states like Iowa, Arizona, Kentucky, Indiana, Georgia, Alaska. Those states ended their benefits in 2022, and then more recently South Carolina will be ended their benefits as well in January 2023. And in case you missed it in one of my previous video, here we have the pale dates of January 2023 when it comes to the SNAP emergency allowance. Here we have the states that were approved. So starting off with Alabama, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, DC, Illinois, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Michigan, and New Hampshire. Other states that were approved were New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, and Texas. And last but not least, we have also the state of Utah, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, and Wisconsin. Now moving on the SNAP emergency allowance for the month of February. There is a couple of states that were approved. So starting off with those states that are sending their emergency allowance. They are usually 1 month behind, right? So these are the emergency allowance from January, but they will be sending their payments in the month of February. So that include California sending their benefit from January on February 4th or February 11th, also Kansas February 19th all the way through 28th Feb. Hawaii February 13, Massachusetts February 2nd, Minnesota February 7th all the way through February 28th, and Vermont February 14th. Here we also have the pale dates for the emergency allowance for the benefits for February. Starting off with Colorado February 19 all the way through the February 24th, Delaware February 27th. This is on regular issues and schedules. We also have Louisiana February 4th, the 11th, the 18th or the 25th May, and February 10th Maryland February 4th all the way through the 23rd, Michigan February 18th through February 28th, New Hampshire February 2nd or February 17th, New Jersey February 1st through the 5th of February, and Oklahoma February 10th all the way through the 15th. The state of origin will be depositing their emergency allowance for February on one of the following dates. So it's either February 10th, the 27th or the 1st of March. Pennsylvania February 15th through the 1st of March. Rhode Island February 3rd. Utah February 25th. Virginia February 16th. Washington February 1st all the way through 20th Feb. West Virginia February 8th and Wisconsin February 18th. And continuing on with the February SNAP emergency allowance, but here we have the March pale dates because remember some states are usually 1 month behind. So starting off with California, they will be sending their benefits from February into the month of March, and it would be March 25th. Hawaii, same thing, their benefits from February will be sent on March 13th. Kansas March 22nd all the way through March 31st, and Vermont March 14th. And moving on to other important news regarding state stimulus, on starting off with the state of Minnesota. Your governor was the budget include tax rebates worth up to $2,600, and then also in the state of Maine, and the state of Maine is saying that their first round 450 relief checks are going out to eligible Maine residents this week, and this is something that is said by the Department of Administrative and Financial Services. So moving on to those details regarding all the stimulus payments. So here the additional detail for those in the state of Minnesota, where your governor was his budget include tax rebates of $1,300 to $2,600. Minnesota Governor Tim Wolf detailed his 2-year state budget plan on Tuesday that the Democrat says will cut $5.4 billion in taxes and spend roughly $11 billion more on school, housing, healthcare, public safety, and more. So the proposal include tax rebate worth as much as $1,300 per taxpayer or $2,600 per household, as well as reduced state tax on Social Security. The governor also wants tax credit for child care and then other cost of raising children. The Democratic governor has spent the last week outlaying plans for as much as $11 billion in new spending over the next 2 years and $9 billion more in the years to come. Democrats are in control of states governor with a slim majority in the House and one seat margin in the Senate. That means if Democrat can hold together, Walz will likely get a lot of what he wants. And then for those in the state of Maine, new $450 to $900 check will start going out this week. So according to the Department of Administrative and Financial Service, the first round of payments is set to go out later this week. The goal is to mail out 200,000 checks per week until all of the payments are processed. Now the department commissioner Christian Flieger appeared in front of law marks in August. On Tuesday, Figra said they hope to get payments to all of the more than 870,000 eligible Maine residents before the end of March. So that announcement coming at the start of this afternoon's public hearings on the governor's supplemental budget of 2023. And one thing about a new year is that we are always having to deal with tax season. So the 2022 tax season is already here. You guys, here's 5 important things to remember. So the Internal Revenue Service will begin expecting the processing tax return for 2022 on Monday to start the 2023 tax season. And so if you are wondering when do I have on to you, when's my deadline to file, that would be April 18th of this year. So if you made 73,000 or less in 2022, you are eligible for the IRS free file program. In case you need to do that, also taxpayer requesting any extension. If you have question about filing or if you want to check the status of your refund, then the fastest way to do is to check the website, right, which would be irs.gov. It's recommended for you to check that first due to high volumes of phone calls, and of course all this information is according to IRS. And that's all the update that I have for today. Remember to turn on your notification button to know when I have uploaded a new video. See you guys next time.